In this video, we are going to talk about band pass filter, and it is very easy to understand band pass filter once we have discussed the active low pass as well as active high pass. So over here, what band pass actually means is that we want the circuit to actually allow the input uh, signals having a frequency between a particular range of values. Okay, for example, if I want that at the output I should get only the signals which have the frequency values from say 2 kilohertz to 5 kilohertz. Okay, so for this kind of a purpose I will always be using a band pass filter, right? So band pass filter is a device that passes the frequencies within a certain range and rejects any frequency outside that. So if I have to design a band pass filter, suppose I design for 3 kilohertz to 5 kilohertz, then only the input values that have frequencies between this range will be allowed to pass through, rest will all be discarded. Okay, so you can see this is very simple. It is just that you have to attach the two filters in cascade to one another. In series, if you attach a high pass filter and a low pass filter, it will actually become a band pass filter. Okay, so for example, if I take this like I was telling you about 2 kilohertz and 5 kilohertz. So if we think about this practically, if we want that the signals traveling into the circuit having a range, having the values higher than 2 kilohertz should be allowed and lower than 5 kilohertz should be allowed. That means what I want is that I should be having a high pass filter having 2 kilohertz cutoff frequency, because I want all the frequencies above 2 kilohertz to pass through it, right? And at the same time, I want a low pass filter of cutoff frequency 5 kilohertz, and so that all the frequencies below that should be allowed to pass and rest of them should be blocked, right? So if I connect these two in series, then of course it is going to become a band pass filter. So I'll be using two combinations of R and C, and the cutoff frequency one will be 1 upon 2 pi R1 C1, and second one will be 1 upon 2 pi R2 C2. Okay, and if I have to convert it into an active band pass filter, see, I can include an amplification stage in between. That is, first of all, I have a high pass filter, then I have a amplification in between, and then a low pass filter. Okay, like for example, I was talking about the range of 2 kilohertz and 5 kilohertz. So first of all, what I do is I apply a high pass filter having a cutoff frequency of 2 kilohertz. So this particular stage will allow all the signals above 2 kilohertz to pass through it. Okay, then I amplify them, and then what I do is I have a low pass filter having a cutoff frequency of 5 kilohertz. That means all the signals that are below 5 kilohertz will be allowed to pass through it, and all the rest of them will be discarded. So something below 2 I had already discarded at the first stage, and above 5 I am discarding at the last stage. So finally at the output I will get only the range of frequencies between 2 kilohertz to 5 kilohertz. Okay, so if I remove this amplification from between, it becomes a passive band pass filter, and if I want it to become an active band pass filter, I can put this amplification stage in between. So it's a very simple circuit. You can see at the first stage I have a high pass filter, then I have an amplifier, and then again I have a low pass filter. So the cutoff frequency of high pass filter will be 1 upon 2 pi R1 C1, then amplification by a factor 1 plus R2 upon RF, because the input is actually going into the positive terminal, and then I have a low pass filter which is having a cutoff frequency of 1 upon 2 pi R2C2. So on the whole, this particular circuit will actually give me frequencies between the range FC1 and FC2 and amplified by the factor AF. So this is how you can actually visualize that I need to have a high pass, I need to have a low pass, and when I combine these two together, high pass having a cutoff of frequency of FL and low pass having a cutoff frequency of FH, it will give me a band pass circuit having a range FL to FH. So it is nothing but simply you are connecting the high pass and low pass in cascade, or you can say in series with each other, to give you a band pass filter. And when you want an active band pass filter, you are actually putting an amplification stage in between. So these are basically three types of filters that we are very popularly using in biomedical applications. And because why active filters are more important for us, first thing is that whenever we are taking the biomedical signals, they are very noisy. Okay, so for example, if I'm taking an electrical signal from the muscle, or if I'm taking it from the brain, I don't get one signal. Okay, it is actually a very complex kind of signal that I receive, because there are so many activities going on inside my brain. So all those activities are somewhere or the other affecting the signals that I'm trying to capture. So filtering is very important, because whenever I'm trying to measure a signal from human body, it is very noisy. And then active amplification. Why active filter is required, why amplification is required? Because these are very feeble and very small magnitude signals. If I do not amplify it to a proper scale, in the filtering stage itself, the signal will die down, because it's a very low energy signal. Okay, so active filters, low pass, high pass, as well as band pass, these filters are very important, and they are almost used in almost all the biomedical instruments that you see around yourself.